one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle all round the clock. Mix and a mingle with a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air. What a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding on a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle all around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Good afternoon, and you're all very welcome here to our HSE Healthy Ireland Christmas concert. My name is Sarah McCormack. I'm the National Lead for Healthy Ireland in the HSE. This is our fourth Christmas concert. Two we were able to do in person. Last year we had to go online and do a virtual concert. And again this year, you, our staff out there, said to us, we just have to have another concert. You told us about how much that singing and music has meant to you all during the year in these very challenging times. So we have a wonderful program lined up for you with plenty of guests from around the HSE and also some invited in guests. So stay with us, sit back and relax and enjoy this concert. You will notice that your audio and your camera is switched off. This webinar and concert is being recorded, and it is also going out on live stream on the HSE Health and Wellbeing YouTube. We also can tell you that we would like you to join in on the social media. So we would like you to tweet out there for us and put in the tweet hashtag Sing for Healthy Ireland. And that's the number 4. So it is hashtag Sing for Healthy Ireland. Indeed, when we were planning this concert, many of you mentioned to us about doing a fundraiser. So we have organised that as part of the concert. And the charity that we have selected is the Simon Community. So as part of this concert and over the next day or so, you can go to the Simon Community page, and there you will see our fundraising page there, and you can contribute as you wish to do so. Now, the contributions you may see are going into the Dublin Simon Community, but we assure you that all of the funds that we raise as part of this will be divided out across the country. So with that, I think that we are now ready to start and get our concert underway. And to get our performance going, we are going not too far away, out here into Dublin North, and we're going to be joined by the Dublin North Choir. Now, this choir was set up by a public health nurse, and that public health nurse is Lenore McGann. But she also has great talents because she is an award-winning soprano, and she also studied music. Now, she knew herself how good that music was to her and the singing. So she wanted to share it with her work colleagues. So here she got together her public health nurses, her general nurses, the administrative staff, the assistant director of nursing, and some retired staff, and got them all into a choir in 2019. They enjoy singing together, and in that singing, they have raised money for Meals on Wheels, and they've also performed there in the Swords at Dublin Castle. As you will see in the performance here today, they are performing from that castle, and they are now going to sing and entertain you with A Christmas Tree. And that, of course, was the Dublin North Choir there, singing from the beautiful castle surroundings there, Swords Castle. And we want to give that big thank you out to Fingal County Council for giving them the access to the castle to perform there. And of course, under that great stewardship of Lenore McGahan. As we were preparing the concert, we had a number of people who actually wanted to join in and wish you, the staff, a very happy Christmas. So coming up with the first message to us here in the HSE of a happy Christmas is no other than Niall Horan.
Hello to all the staff of the HSE. It's Niall here. It's Christmas, so I wanted to send you all of my best wishes at Christmas and Happy New Year. It's been a dreadful couple of years, and you guys have been on the front line defending us in a pandemic, and we really, really appreciate it. Love to you all, and I hope you have a great Christmas yet again. Lots of love. See you soon.
Isn't that so nice? There are hugs and kisses coming to us from Niall Horan. And again, thank you very much, Niall, for taking the time to do that and to wish us a very happy Christmas. So now we'll continue on across our country here and on to our second performance. And our second performance is coming to us from Tallaght University Hospital. So it was back in 2013 that Tallaght University Hospital put together their first choir, and they actually started singing there, and they made great strides with it, and they actually won the Workplace Choir of the Year award. But then as things happened, the choir actually disbanded. But as luck would have it, one of the people that was in that choir is the current arts officer there in Tallaght University Hospital. And she came out there, Ali Baker Kerrigan, and brought together the choir and reunited the choir. And the choir is growing in strength and strength. So in that choir, they have come together, and not alone that, they actually have written a song. And the song that they have actually written there is Heartbeats, the Heartbeats Choir is singing, but the song that they wrote is actually One Heartbeat. And they, with the musical director of Michael Fay, they are now going to perform that wonderful song, One Heartbeat, coming to you from the University Hospital in Tallaght.
The smile that comes from singing together, the purest note of every song, like birds that sing while flying free, uplifted by our energy. One heartbeat, one song. As we sing together, we know that we belong. One heartbeat, one song. As we sing together, we know that we belong. We belong. As we sing together, we know that we belong.
And that, of course, was Tallaght University Hospital singing One Heartbeat. And what a beautiful compiling of that song they made. So well done to all of you. We now have one of our very own and a great supporter here for ourselves and health and well-being, Dr. Eddie Murphy, clinical psychologist. And Dr. Eddie Murphy is joining us to give good wishes across to all of the staff. So let's hear that good wishes from Dr. Eddie Murphy.
Hi, it's Eddie Murphy here. I hope you're all well. One of the things as a healthcare worker, I'm immensely proud of my colleagues and I'm immensely proud of all the work that we've done. And we're coming into this period now, and I'm sure again we're going to be asked to put our shoulder to the wheel, but it's also important, I think, that we learn to rest and recover a little bit on our time off. So for you and your families, and I hope the same for my family, I wish you all a happy Christmas, a peaceful Christmas. Let's forget about perfection. Let's just be good enough. Have a great Christmas, and the new year will bring new hope and renewed focus for us all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Eddie Murphy. And let us all take that message. I love the way he said everything doesn't have to be perfect. So, in having a very peaceful Christmas. And Eddie has been a great supporter of ours over the year there, where we've done many webinars and looking at supporting our staff and our public in general and minding their well-being. And there are great resources available out there on our HSE website. So hse.ie/health and wellbeing. And I encourage you to go there and to actually visit and have a look at some of those wonderful resources. So once again, thank you very much, Dr. Eddie Murphy. And now I'm absolutely delighted that our CEO, Paul Reid, has taken the time to come out and to join us here at this Christmas concert. So, Paul, I'm delighted that you are joining us virtually for our Christmas concert. And Paul, I can tell you one thing about your staff. They just love to sing and sing and sing. And while we were coming on there, Paul, we actually had the Dublin North Choir, and then we had the Tallaght University Hospital Choir. So I'm going to ask you there, Paul, is there any singing in your blood or any music in your blood yourself?
I wouldn't put that upon anybody. I hope you can hear me okay, first of all, Sarah, yeah?
We just need to get sound there, Paul.
Yeah, I am unmuted. You can't hear me okay?
We're not getting you yet, Paul.
Okay.
Oh, Paul, we have you. Brilliant. I thought that you were going to take a song there for me. I was asking you, is there any singing there in your blood, Paul?
No, hopefully you can still hear me okay, yeah?
Yes, Paul, over and out, loud and clear.
Great
We have
stuff,
you, and
yeah.
you're very
Sarah,
welcome, Paul.
I was saying I wouldn't inflict that on anybody at this time of the day. Maybe late some night when the bars are open again, we might try that one, but not now.
Yeah, it's amazing, Paul, the way that they actually talk about having the talent there of singing or music, and there seems to be a lot hereditary. So does any of it fall into your family along the line, or are you just the one that lost out there in relation to those great talents?
No, actually, I'll tell you a very brief, funny story. My father was from West Cork, Ballingeary, which was kind of famous area for the O'Reid family, who are obviously well known and famous musicians. But I grew up believing we were one of the O'Reid family, and many years later, had the sad realization, actually, we were no relations to the O'Reidas at all. But my father did convince us for many years. So I was wondering where I lost the talent that all of those had, but no, I'm sorry.
Oh, everybody doesn't have to have this wonderful talent of singing and music. And Paul, I suppose like people talk about that sometimes when they have that hard day and they're driving home in the car and they're singing to themselves or listening to music. What do you do to relax and unwind?
Well, I should say on the singing, I'll let you into a little secret. Actually, I was known to sing American Pie at my son's wedding just a couple of years ago, but then realized I knew the first 2 verses, but the final 7 I was really struggling on. But now look, I think like everybody else, we all have different ways of kind of unwinding and reflecting, and it's probably really what I did want to just touch on today, which is the importance of us all being conscious and cognizant of what it is helps us all with our mental health and well-being, and certainly from what I've heard so far as well, music and the ceremony around all of what's going on here as well today is good for everybody. So particularly at this time of year, and I just really, if I could, Sarah, just a few comments to say to you. Just first of all, we've spoken a lot about, and Dr. Reddy there was talking a lot about the resilience of our staff. But first of all, thanks to all of you for the resilience of keeping this process going, of the engagement every year, of the singing every year, since this has been going on a few years now. And it's been difficult because of the way you've had to do it. But I think that's a great demonstration, the resilience of our staff, thinking about others, caring about others, and knowing what music does. So I just want to say that up front. And I also want to say, while I have a couple of minutes, just first, thanks for everything that's been going on over the past year. Publicly, it's often spoken about, another 2 very difficult waves that we've had to deal with during this year, but we've also had to deal with quite a catastrophic cyber attack. And I really do want to thank everybody for what you've all been through to all of that. And I know, as Dr. Reddy said, we are heading into another period of uncertainty, but, hope should always out-trump fear. And there's one thing about music and song and ceremony: it brings hope and it brings confidence to people, which is really good for all of our mental health as we head into an uncertain period. So, I've no doubt hope will out-trump fear, and everything that you're doing today is a major contribution to just giving people hope, giving people confidence, and giving people joy at this point in time. And that's what we all need.
Thank you, Paul. And I know that our staff will definitely very much relish that. And I know that with that you would like to reach out and wish them a happy Christmas to them from yourself. And
if I could, just to close, because I am conscious the music is probably much more entertaining than me, but I do, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody for what you've all done. Not just the fact that you've all saved lives, that you've all been a true inspiration, but you've also put what I believe is, and where we can clearly demonstrate, the public's trust and confidence in the HSE has hugely grown in the past couple of years, and it continues to grow. And that's primarily down to the responsiveness of our staff during very difficult times, and getting up every day and going again at it. So I really want to wish you a very happy Christmas, great joy. Please spend good time with your family, your friends, and be, just please, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything that you've done. Thank you very much, Paul. And I know that I speak for everybody in the HSE and wider afield when we wish you a very happy, peaceful, relaxing Christmas. And we thank you for all the leadership that you've given to us across the year. So thank you very much, Paul. And thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. Thank you. I look forward to hearing some more good music. Thank you very much. So now we will move on with our entertainment this afternoon. And as I was saying to you, we're actually having some special guests that come and join us. So the special guest that we're now coming with is the Tulla Secondary School, and that's Tulla from County Clare. And they're going to entertain us here with some song and some music. So let's get over to the Tulla Secondary School, and they will tell you what they are going to do themselves.
Hello everyone, we are the students from St. Joseph's Secondary School here in Tulla, County Clare, and we're here in the fabulous building of St. Peter and Paul's Church, Tulla. Today we are going to perform for you Drummer Boy. We hope you really enjoy it. This is especially for those that work within the HSE, and we really appreciate what you do. So all that's left for me to say is Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. And that, of course, was St. Joseph's Secondary School from Tulla, County Clare. And we in the HSE in Health and Wellbeing do a lot of work across there with our schools and with our young people. So it was actually great to engage with you because we know really how hard that this year and the last year has been on you in relation to COVID. So again, thank you very much for that great entertainment and representing our young people. And now I'm going to take you to another special guest that we have here with us this afternoon. And coming to you live here is the Dublin Gospel Choir. You heard them actually singing there as you were joining into our concert. And now they are actually going to take us away with a wonderful song called It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, the Dublin Gospel Choir.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of glories of Christmases long, long ago. Long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
What beautiful sound there from the Dublin Gospel Choir. I suppose that's what we all aspire to and as being members of choirs across the HSE. But we'll all remember what Eddie Murphy said. We don't have to be perfect. So there's a journey there for us as we aspire to becoming just such wonderful singers like the Dublin Gospel Choir. I'm now going to introduce you to one member of our staff here, and her name is Noreen Rafter. Now, Noreen works in the Portiuncula Hospital in Ballinasloe in the neonatal unit there. But that just wasn't the reason why I met up with Noreen earlier on. It simply is the fact is that Noreen comes from that wonderful family called the Raftery Family Band. And they as a family have a band. So I spoke with Noreen earlier on. So let me share with you the story that Noreen told me. Noreen, how are you? I'm delighted to meet you. And thank you very much for taking the time out of what I know you have a very busy job there in Portiuncula Hospital in Ballinasloe. Of course, Noreen, the reason that I'm sitting here in front of you and talking to you is because we're intrigued about the fact that you're part of a family band. So maybe tell us a little bit about a family band. What does that look like and who's in the band and whatever?
Yes, Sarah, indeed. I am part of a family band. So we are the Rafter Family Band is our name, and we obviously are a family. So there's Dad, Mum, myself, and 3 children, Connor, Thomas, and Amy. And we all play music and all sing, and we do a lot of things together in the musical industry.
And you mentioned your children. What ages are your children?
Yes, so Sarah Connor is 16 in TY, and they all attend the schools here in Kilbeggan. Thomas is 13 in first year, and Amy, our baby, is in 6th class in the National School in Kilbeggan. And then Peter, their dad, my husband, has played music professionally in a band for 30 years or more and loves it. It's nearly a natural part of our lives to have music in the home, and that's how it progressed to a family band. So we started off with the children were just young. As I say, it was a natural occurrence. They all loved music. They all kind of gradually started to play music as young children, and it came extremely natural to them. They never needed much lessons or teaching of music. And it'd be natural. It'd be like a family that played GAA and go out to a hurling match. Music was natural in our house. There'd be a whistle going, there'd be someone singing, Peter would have the guitar up, and it just happened very, very naturally, and it's very, very beautiful. It's something the whole family can join in and do. And there's not many opportunities in life where a full family, the mum, the dad, and the children, can do something as a whole unit.
Got a wonderful picture from you there, what your house would be like. Every room, every corner, there's a bit of music going on, a bit like a flagpole as you're going down the street of Mullingar there. What kind of instruments is in the band? You know, what are you playing in the band?
Well, Peter plays guitar and can play banjo also. I play the tin whistles and I sing. And Connor, our eldest, took to the banjo about at the age of 7 or 8 and really is a professional banjo player. And he plays the banjo. Thomas is our main singer in the band and plays cajon, bowron, and can play mandolin. And Amy then sings also and plays the concertina. And on the odd occasion, she can get up and do a dance if there's a traditional tune being played as well.
Well, that's fantastic. And are you kind of like in the traditional music, or what kind of songs, music, like do you focus on?
We're very much traditional folk, ballads, that sort of genre of music, and it's very uplifting and great buzz to it.
Great. And what kind of events, or where would you play? Where would the band go and play before COVID? Like, we know COVID impacted everybody.
Yes. But Sarah, we were very lucky. We had started the group and we were doing a song, and it started off very simply where the children were entering a competition, and we got chosen to go on the Late Late Show in 2017. And we were on the Late Late that night of March the 17th. And it was really from there that it took off for us, and we were very lucky to get on the Late Late Show. So the type of concerts we do then stemmed from that appearance on the Late Late Show. We have met fabulous celebrity people. We were honoured to do a Trócaire event in Leinster House with Finbar Fury, and that was a very special night to play with such a celebrity. And then we would front the likes of the High Kings. We've played with the Three Tenors. We've got numerous concert gigs like that, and it's been really, really good. But COVID, of course, has taken its toll now.
Yes. And Noreen, you know, when they talk about you know, how good that music and singing is, and the way it lifts our spirits and so wonderful for our health and well-being. You know, how do you, and how can you describe that from yourself? Like, do you see that you know, from a real practical perspective for yourself as being a busy nurse working there and having the benefit of all that music around you?
Yes, it's funny, Sarah, you should say that. You know, during the last year and a half with COVID, I would be working my shifts. You'd come in and you'd be after a hard, stressful day. You mightn't be in great form. And suddenly, while you'd be up in the shower or whatever, the children and Peter would start their music and you'd come down and join in. And suddenly all the worries and troubles, apart from your day's work, any trouble or little worry you might be thinking about in life, it suddenly just flows into the background, and it fades into the background for a while, and you get into the spirit of, you know, a real heart feeling. It's in the soul. It's like a tonic, nearly like a medicine. Music is just a tonic. It can allow you to relax, relieve your stress, join in a flow like a river going along. As they sometimes say, there's music in a flowing river if you're prepared to listen.
Oh,
and
isn't that lovely?
It's
Yes.
just so lovely to sit down and get into the mode of music, and everything stops. You know, whatever you're doing at home just stops. You could be tidying up. We just do a 10, 20 minute. It's very natural in this house. It just happens like a natural part of daily living in our house. Music does.
And Noreen, putting on now, looking into 2022, and let's hope that COVID will move away from us in 2022. I suppose, what would be your dream there coming in from 2022?
Well, we'd hope to get back doing more gigs together as the family. And it's not only about us doing it as a family, it's a great feeling to be able to perform and give people, your audience that are listening to you, the joy and happiness that they get from what they see and hear from our music. And again, that is a medicine for people out there. So it'd be great to get back doing some gigs and concerts and give people back that feeling of elation and happiness that is needed. And it really would be very good to do that. And we also have a few little things in the pipeline. We're in the middle of recording an album. We have a new song that Thomas is recording. It was given to him by Finbar Fury. And Finbar has never recorded it, but had asked Thomas back that time he played with them. But unfortunately, with COVID, we haven't got back to studio to finish out the proceeds of that. But please God, 2022 will be a better year for everybody. And we get to put that down on a CD and get it out there.
Well, Noreen, very, very well said, as we wish everybody good luck there for 2022. And thank you very much for giving me your time. And we give every good wish to you and all your staff there in Ballinasloe Hospital and everybody out there in Sailshire. So thank you very much, Noreen, and good luck with all the music, and keep playing away on the tin whistle and singing as part of the band.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
My father was a miner and his father was before him. They always were both proud to work below. Since they fell neath Robin's axe, all the lads have got the sack. So away to work in England we must go. Farewell, ye colliery workers, the muffler and the cap. Fare thee well, you're on the Ballygirl, we never will come back. The mines they are closing, the valleys are all doomed. There's no work in the run, the boys will be in London soon.
And that was, of course, Noreen Rafter from Portiuncula Hospital in Ballinasloe, and that being the Rafter Family Band, and wouldn't it just lift your heart? So we go a further little bit west now, and we're now going down to St. John's Hospital there in Limerick. And I'm going to say that this really is the baby choir of our concert here, because this choir was just established in October 2021. They are under the musical director of Jonathan Loxton, and they actually love coming together and love singing. And they have a great mix of staff here between physios, OTs, porters, and admin staff. And they greatly appreciate the support that they are getting from their management team in getting this choir underway. So they actually took to the floor, and they are now going to sing for us a beautiful song here, Torches.
Christ is born and now lies sleeping.
thanks to the choir there from St. John's Hospital in Limerick under the musical directorship there of Jonathan Luxton. And now I'm going to share with you a little story that when we started organising this concert, we reached out and asked people to send in their submissions of what would they like to see, we'll have the pieces that they would give to us to include in the concert today. And we were inundated with people that actually said, we want to sing in the choir, we want to sing in the virtual choir, we want to sing as part of the concert. So needless to say, we couldn't accommodate everybody. So what we decided to do was actually form a virtual choir at this stage. So with the support of Sing at Work, we reached out to many of the staff there who wanted to be involved. We put together this virtual choir, never sung before from there, but they got it all together, and you will hear this wonderful delivery here of God Only Knows.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. And God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, well, life will still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. Still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me, so what good would living do me? And God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without. 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 God only knows what I'd be without.
And that was the HSE virtual Christmas choir, we will call them. They never met, they were virtual online, and what a wonderful performance. And I suppose that's what many of our choirs have had to do all over the last 18 months, and many of them missed the coming together in the person and talking to one another and singing with each other, but that's what the virtual world does, and that was the great wonders of technology. So I think we'll all agree there was actually a great performance there across in relation to God Only Knows. So this time we will welcome back once again the Dublin Gospel Choir, and this time they will sing for us, Put a Little Love in Your Heart.
So please don't hesitate.
fantastic, fantastic voices. And it's not just love you put in our hearts, but it just actually is joy and uplifting. As I was saying to you earlier, is that we got a wonderful response in preparing for this concert here today, and we got great contributions right across the country. And I want to thank you and thank all of you who put the time and effort together in sending them in. We couldn't include everything in the concert, and we couldn't include all of the pieces in it. So we decided to put an ensemble together here and just showcase some of the lovely pieces and the great talents across the country. So in the upcoming piece, you will actually see here in this ensemble, you will actually have the Merlin Miss Elamy Staff Health and Wellbeing Choir, and they will actually sing I Can See Clearly Now. Also is the Carlow Melodies Choir, and they're singing Night of Silence. We have back again with us Lenore McGahan from the Dublin North Choir, and she's doing a solo number for us there. We have the Cool Mine Musical Society, which includes a number of HSE staff, and they're singing Merry Little Christmas. And we have Ennis Hospital Choir singing Silent Night, together with Bridgie Collins from Pavy Point Traveller, primary healthcare worker. And Bridget is a well-known singer because she actually sang there at the Papal Visit in 2018, and she's singing in this little ensemble, One Starry Night. So enjoy a flavour of this talent.
Stars in the distance, holy night, on winter winds clouds, you speak of His bright, gentle ear to whisper the rest of me. Oh, my sweet daughters of the tenderest night, sleepless love awaits darkened souls. Sleeping we nevermore.
Just want to wish everyone involved in the HSE a really happy Christmas. Thank you for all you've done in the last year, and indeed much more than that. Thank you to the carers, thank you to the cleaners, thank you to the cooks, to the doctors and to the nurses. From everyone in Cool Mine Musical Society, we want to wish you a very happy Christmas.
and my days are over. Come on, my dear friends, and lay me down. For it's many's the my love, would you I've traveled. Many's the hour, love, of which you I spend. I thought you were my love forever, but now I find, love, you were only lend. But now I find, love, you were only lend.
That was just a sample of some of the great talents that we have across the HSE. And again, I say thank you to everybody who contributed. And of course, we couldn't fit everybody in, but we do have all your great contributions. We know that COVID caused many of us to change the way that we're actually working and delivering some of our programs. And one of the things that had to change for us was maybe how we actually do our exercise classes. And during the year, we provided their online exercise classes of Pilates, yoga and strength building, and they are available on the HSE website. And somebody that came to us and actually worked with us in launching our exercise class was no other than someone that you're all very familiar with, than Derval O'Rourke. And Derval wanted to join in and wish us all a happy Christmas. So let's hear from Derval O'Rourke.
Hello, hello, it is Derval O'Rourke here, and I just wanted to pop on to say a little bit of a ho, 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 Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and yours. Thank you so much for all the hard work during the year. I hope you really enjoyed tonight's Christmas concert, and I hope that 2022 is a healthy and happy one for you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much from the lovely and ever delightful Derval O'Rourke there. So now we will move on again to another guest that we have joining us for a concert, and this is the Sea Change Cancer Survivors Choir. And this choir has a number of HSE people involved in it as well too. And they supported the World Health Organization in the cervical screening campaign. And they love actually singing and coming together and to talk about how good that is for their survival and their recovery. And they actually worked with that well-known songwriter, Paddy Casey, and they are now going to perform the song that they worked with him in there for us, and that is Times Are Tough, But So Are We.
Thanks, Eileen. Welcome to the Sea of Change Choir, a choir full of cancer supporters and survivors. We are so humbled to be with you here tonight. A few years ago on Ireland's Got Talent, our 44 members in the choir, with 79.5 boobs, bared all, showed our scars and said this the moment that this is me. So today we are so honoured to be talking to the world, and we want to say no more. And we really remember our 3 girls that we've lost in the last year within our choir. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the performance.
Hi, I'm Hazel and I'm a cervical cancer survivor.
Hello, my name is Mary and I'm a cervical cancer survivor.
Hi, I'm Siobhan and I'm a cervical cancer survivor.
Storm has gathered on the land. Who knows what will fall and what will stand? We'll preach our destruction and talk in reverse. We'll say that we're done, but we're not over yet. Well, times are tough, hey. Yeah, times are tough, hey. Yeah, times are tough, hey. But so are we. So are we. So now we have to put it down and start it all over again. We'll rise from these ashes and stronger. We'll dance in the place where our sorrows used to be. 'Cause times are tough, hey. Yes, times are tough, babe, but so are we. So are we. So are we. So are we. We are standing in the rain, with our backs against the road, never knowing if we win, but we're never losing hope. They may think that we're defeated, but they don't know who we'll be. We'll have to wait and see. So let the trumpets in our hearts sound out. Let the laughter in our faces our sorrows inspire. 'Cause times are tough, babe. Yeah, times are tough, babe. Yeah, times are tough, babe. But so are we. So are we. So are we.
Hi, my name is Lynn, and I would like to encourage everyone to get the HPV vaccine to prevent cervical cancer.
What a lovely performance and absolutely a great initiative there from the Sea of Change, the Cancer Survivors Choir. And now we're going to head down to Roscommon and Roscommon Mental Health. And here we're going to be joined by the Keynotes Choir. And this choir is another choir, a choir of a difference, because the singers in this choir is actually made up of the staff, the service users, and their families. And they actually love together, love and coming together, working together, building that partnership of building themselves up, building the resilience, and actually taking the enjoyment from singing. So you can sit back and enjoy this lovely contribution, which is Holy Night.
Long lay the world in sin.
Great contribution there from Roscommon Mental Health. As I said, a choir of a difference, bringing together the staff, the service users and their families. So well done, and we thank you for taking the time to contribute and be part of our concert. So now I'm going over and I'm going to be joined by Dr. Philip Crowley, who is the National Director for Strategy and Research, and Health and Wellbeing now in 2021 has come under the remit of you, Dr. Philip Crowley. This time last year, you didn't have this Christmas concert under your remit, but this year you certainly have. So Philip, delighted that you can join us, and I'm just wondering what you're thinking of the concert so far.
It's incredible. I don't know, I find it quite emotional. I love hearing people sing. I don't sing myself, but I do dance. So I do a thing called extreme dancing, but not as good as the folk from Clare. I mean, that was beautiful as well to see singing and dancing. It shows, I think, for me, the spirit that we draw on, every day to day, in the kind of the struggles that we have every day trying to deliver services in difficult circumstances. Not pandemic or no pandemic. It's never easy, because we have an awful lot of people to see, and we need to look after everybody, and we need optimism and positivity. And really, if you could distill the spirit from the choirs and just put a little drop of it in everybody before they went into work, I think we'd all be in pretty good shape. So yeah, I think it's lovely. I like the idea. I think Noreen used the word flow. I think that's the kind of place where you can get to sometimes when you're singing or you're involved in dancing or music. You can kind of lose yourself, and that's a really healthy thing to do. We all need to lose ourselves sometimes, and just go with the flow and immerse ourselves in something that's not work or not, and yet doing things with people who we work with, I think, is really positive as well. I think it's something we've really missed out on in the last while. I'm in this new team. We've hardly physically met up at all because we can't meet up. It's not safe. So I think social interactions are really important, and choirs are really good for you. It's really good for you to be in a choir, and I think it's lovely. It's absolutely lovely.
Yeah, and I suppose, Philip, is that now because we just in Health and Wellbeing came over under your directorship there in June of this year, and I suppose this is the part that we actually looking about how we can actually build that going forward, because there is no doubt, as I was saying to our CEO earlier, our staff just want to sing and sing and sing. Yes, there are some that are interested in the dancing, but it certainly comes in relation to the singing. So and hopefully that when COVID gives us the freedom, we'll be able to get back and nurture our choirs. And I know, Philip, that you're very, very supportive in relation to staff and staff health and wellbeing, because you have for a number of years there been a member of the staff engagement forum. So I suppose any tips or ideas that you give us about how we actually mind ourselves there in relation to and build ourselves as a staff coming back and coming out of COVID, hopefully in 2022.
Well, I wouldn't be necessarily a picture boy for looking after yourself, but I do. We know what we need to do. We need some downtime. We need to exercise, even gently, walking. We need to watch what we eat. We need to watch what we consume in terms of substances. But really, what it comes back to me often is really the strength of our social networks. It's something Ireland has in spades. I think we have it in the HSE in spades. Just invest in your friends and your social networks. I'm sure everybody does anyway, but it's good for you, and we need to build that in work as well when we can get back to normality.
Yeah, and Philip, you mentioned their friends, and I suppose it was something I picked up during the week that said, friends first, family second, which was something that amazed me when I was actually heard it, because it's the strength there of friends. But that's something that actually comes back to us time and time again from the fact of actually having choirs across our HSE. They actually love the coming together because they actually say they get to know one another like they never did. As some of the choirs are saying there, they have people there from many different departments, and they would never get to know them, even though they're on the campus, if it wasn't just there for the choir. So it's that piece and bringing it in. So I suppose, Philip, we're looking here and coming to Christmas, and I'm going to ask you is are you looking forward to Christmas, and maybe what kind of a Christmas might you be going to be looking at for yourself?
Well, I'm very much looking forward to Christmas. My son's home from London, so that's nice. We, a little bit of the family back together again. My daughter's in Perth, so we communicate with her on social media. I love Christmas. I'm an absolute child. I still believe in Santa, and I'm really looking forward to Christmas and seeing what Santa brings. Really looking forward to it.
Lovely, Philip. And look, thank you very much. And I know that all the staff across the HSE and indeed in our own directory there from Strategy and Research wish you a very happy Christmas, and thank you for our great leadership that we've had with you. And we look forward to working together in the coming year. So, Philip, to you, to your family and those around you, a very happy, peaceful and enjoyable Christmas.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for your sparkles as well. You've added a lot of sparkle to today, and thank you to everybody involved today. It's really, really such a positive day. Well done.
Thank you, Philip. So now we'll continue on the road, and we'll actually, which is really, as I said, on the road, and this definitely is on the road because we're actually going to go to a Creative Ireland mobile music machine. So many of you might have heard about this, but this is actually where music took the road and visited many residential centres across the country. This group has actually visited over 500 different concerts that they held. And you will see from this video the great joy and entertainment that they brought to the residents as they indeed performed outside of the buildings themselves, and that the residents actually were looking out and hearing the wonderful music. So the video itself tells it all. So let's just listen to the music machine.
It's really helped, and I feel great after it. Yes.
I was so happy. The nicest show I enjoyed for a long time.
It's great for their well-being, really. It's really increases their memory and relaxation, and they just love it. They love, and a lot of them have good singing voice as well, so it's great.
Sarah, Sarah, what will be, will be. Now I've a daughter of my own. She asks her mama, what will I be?
Well, for me, it's an amazing difference. So singing is communication. Music itself is a process rather than a product. You know, it's about communication with other people. And if you're on your own, there is no communication. Music ceases to be.
What will be, will be.
So I remember the first one in John of God's that we did, which seems a long time ago now, and we all actually came off crying because it was quite emotional. First of all, to have the reaction of ourselves. Someone actually clapped for us when we did something and when we played. And then also seeing their reaction to what we had done, because I think for them it was very emotional to suddenly have live music. It's so important in life, and I think we underestimate the power of it, actually.
You know, sometimes as musicians, we feel that what we do isn't terribly important. We're not like the doctors and the nurses, and we feel a bit, you know, useless at times like this. But as my 11-year-old daughter said to me, Mammy, people are feeling depressed and down, and you sing these songs and it could mean something to them that you'll never know about. And I thought, out of the mouth of babes comes the truth, you know, and it just gives us a lift, and it makes me feel very, very purposeful at this point in time.
Being able to play myself with my friends, to play for people, to share, communicate through music, it's like I've clicked back into who I am normally, and it's just amazing to remember that.
Really, it's given us that kind of positivity in our lives again. And then obviously to see the effect it has on the residents and the service users when we visit residential care homes and hospitals, it's really overwhelming to feel that we can contribute in a small way to other people's mental well-being.
As I was saying to you there, what a wonderful contribution they have made right across the country, and great lifting of spirits and entertainment. So a great thanks to them. I just want to remind you again, of course, let's not forget about the social media. It's all part of us there. So I hope that you're tweeting out there and hashtag Sing for Healthy Ireland, with the number 4, Sing for Healthy Ireland. I also want to give you that little gentle reminder again about our charity and our fundraising that we're actually doing as part of our Christmas concert here. So not forgetting those that are just not, I suppose, as have the benefits that we have, and the homeless that we all think about at this time of the year. So our charity there being the Simon Community. And if you go on the Simon Community webpage, you will actually see our fundraising page there, and the monies that we raise will go right across the country. So it would be great for us across in the HSE to actually be able to contribute and to make that happen. So somebody, now we're going right up the north of the country, and somebody that is coming to give us good wishes for Christmas. And I suppose maybe I could actually say, there would be no show without Daniel. So let's just hear what Daniel is going to say to us, no other than Daniel O'Donnell, for our Christmas here in the HSE.
We might just go back to Sarah there. We don't have sound on Daniel.
Thank you very much, Daniel. And you're always so sincere and always so supportive to us in the HSE and the work that we actually do. So now we're going to bring you some more and wonderful entertainment from the Davy Brophy Frontline Choir. And this is the time that they actually did the online performance, bringing together staff from the HSE and performing a wonderful song here, which is Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own.
You don't have to put up a fight. You don't have to always be right. Let me take some of the punches for you tonight. Oh, listen to me now. I need to let you know. You don't have
wonderful David Brophy Frontline choir there. And you know, those words, sometimes you can't make it on your own. And also remembering what Eddie Murphy said, you know, you don't have to be perfect. So I know that some of you had a difficulty there in hearing the Daniel O'Donnell message. And because it's just such a message to us and he wanted to get it to everybody, we're now just going to replay the Daniel O'Donnell Christmas message for anyone who didn't pick it up on the last run.
Hello there, it's Daniel O'Donnell here. Just a wee message to add to, I'm sure, thousands of others. Just to say a huge thank you to all of you for the great work that you have done throughout this pandemic on the front line. And I hope that this concert this evening is a wonderful success. But know that you're appreciated and we can never ever thank you enough. So good luck. And God bless and happy Christmas to one and all.
Thank you very much, Daniel. So it was great to get that message to everyone. We are now coming to the closing of our concert. Not just there yet, so please don't leave us. We're coming. So our closeout number is going to come to us from the Dublin Gospel Choir. And I want to thank them for joining us and coming and being part of our concert here today. So absolutely fantastic to all of you joining us here and joining us live with it. And what a better song to sing out there from the Dublin Gospel Choir coming to there is Have Yourselves a Merry Little Christmas. And now, as we draw down the curtain on our Christmas Healthy Ireland, Health and Wellbeing 2021 concert, what's left for me to say is that, first of all, without the wonderful contributions from our staff across the HSE, we could not have this concert, from the wonderful guests that came in and joined with us today. And I know there are many people that were involved in putting this concert together, but I want to particularly single out, first of all, Fergal Fox, my colleague there in Health and Wellbeing, our stakeholder and our communications manager. Fergal, we all know the work that you put in. I can call you the production manager. So thank you so much for putting together such a wonderful concert. And you were so well supported there by another great colleague there, Noreen Rafter. So without you, it just couldn't be and wouldn't be the quality that it is there. I thank our national communications people and our technical people for the support here in making it happen. And of course, all the wonderful contributions that we have. I join with everybody else in wishing everybody across the HSE and the health service a very, very happy Christmas. And let's hope that perhaps this time next year, we may be able to have one in person. So singing us out and wishing everybody a happy Christmas. Thank you so much for joining. And I hope that you enjoyed the concert just as much as I did in presenting it to you. Gura míle maith agaibh, slán slán agus nula cholig dubh go léir.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun it is to sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we